So when it comes to making money online, there are two different routes. You can either make your own products being a vendor, or you can sell other people's products being an affiliate. And oftentimes you end up doing both as they correlate with each other. However, with that said, selling your own products and services takes more time to set up. In fact, when it comes to the setup process, in this case, with a vendor, usually it takes 30 to 50 or even more pieces to move, compared to that of affiliate marketing, which can be about 10 to 20 or less. My point here is this: getting set up is faster with affiliate marketing, and there's less of a learning curve. Getting commission checks from vendors or getting paid immediately upon the sale is a wonderful feeling as an affiliate marketer. But the truth of the matter is that affiliate marketing has changed rapidly in the last decade. And yes, affiliate marketing is becoming harder and harder. It's a real business, and any real business takes time, money, blood, and sweat. It can be widely profitable, but only for those willing to put in the effort. So while everyone else is doing traditional affiliate marketing, we're going to show you how to survive today and beyond. And we're not going to teach you what worked a decade ago. You see, as super affiliate marketers ourselves, you'll learn what 90% of the affiliate population is doing wrong and what the other 10% is doing right, so that way you'll be doing it right. That means we'll bring you back to reality while everybody else is in dreamland, so you can properly strategize and create a realistic plan of attack. Finally, you're going to discover and swipe the blueprint behind a successful super affiliate marketer starting today. This video course will take you behind the scenes to help you understand how to achieve this realistically with the proper strategy. Here's a quick video's overview of what's inside this video course. Video number 1 is the introduction. We'll talk about the mindset that you need to have, and we'll give you a quick overview of the course itself. Video number 2, we'll talk about what affiliate marketing really looks like. Video number 3, we'll talk about the advantages. Video number 4, we'll talk about the disadvantages. And while video 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 seem very basic, we're going to interject a lot of information that you would not normally see in a basic video course. So keep that in mind. And in video number 5, we'll talk about the different types of affiliate marketing. Video number 6, we'll talk about reviewing the product. Yes, reviewing the product should be common sense, but the reality is that 90% of the affiliate population don't actually review the product. And with them not doing it, it is actually a big disadvantage when it comes to making that sale. So that means if you review the product, what ends up happening is you'll have the upper hand. You will have the advantage. And there's a reason why, because that impacts the strategy that we'll talk about in video 7 and 8. Video 7, we'll talk about incentivized bonuses, how to do it correctly, and how to avoid doing it incorrectly. And of course, video number 8, we'll talk about affiliate to private deals, which just basically is a strategy that we use to make even more money, to take affiliate promos from basic 4 figures to 5 figures to 6 figures and beyond. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 3, and let's talk about the advantages of affiliate marketing. So we briefly discussed a little bit about this before, but the beauty of affiliate marketing is that you don't have to do everything that the vendor does. And that includes the following. For number 1 is you don't have to provide customer support extensively. You do have to provide a little bit of customer support, especially if you offer a bonus. Bonus meaning somebody gets it for free if they buy through your affiliate link. So it's an incentive to buy through your affiliate link. However, that said, that kind of customer support isn't extensive, meaning that it's not complex at all. You can either do it yourself or you can hire somebody to do it for you. And typically in that case, you don't need somebody who has the ability to troubleshoot really rapidly. So in other words, it's a lot easier to find these people or do it yourself. And we'll talk more about bonuses and how they can help you convert more sales and ultimately beat your competition. And by competition, I'm talking about other affiliates that are selling the same product. But other than that, you don't really have a lot of support compared to that of the vendor. Another advantage is this: you don't have to update the product. I mean, think about it. This is a huge one. In fact, as a vendor, a lot of times you have to update the product, right? If it's a software, you have to update the features and make sure that it's compatible with everybody's computer and makes it work. If it's a video course, you need to make sure that the content is updated and not outdated. Or if it's an ebook or a content piece, same thing. And the thing about affiliate marketing is you don't have to worry about any of that. And that's the beauty. Another great advantage is that it takes less money to actually get started. You do need a little bit amount of money, but not a lot. But that amount of money needs to be focused on, number one, reviewing the product. Number two, traffic and making sales. Number three, it could be landing pages, setting up landing pages, web hosting, domains, items that you use in your videos, things like that. But there's basically not a lot of overhead as far as that goes. So you don't need to have a lot of money, but you do need a little bit amount of money and some basic expenses. Another advantage is promoting somebody else's products can usually take days or weeks max. And I say max because a lot of times it can take days or even a day or less than a day. So with affiliate marketing, usually the process goes like this. You look at somebody's product, you find it, you buy it, you review the product, you figure out why somebody would want to buy that product, and then you figure out the weaknesses, the strengths, everything about it. You create your bonus, and then you set up your own review site. And then you can focus on traffic and conversions and all that. But usually at the end of the day, after setting up your bonus, incentivize, landing page and all that, that usually only takes about a day or a few days, honestly. Now, there is a learning curve. Of course, you're going to need to master or get a better idea on how to drive traffic, or you're going to need to hire somebody that really understands that area. But at the end of the day, that's really all you need to have. Once you master traffic, in fact, you can sell your own products. So there are many different traffic sources that you can use. You can use paid traffic. You can use search engine optimization, which is ranking on Google or ranking on YouTube. But the reality is that you're not having to worry about 20, 30, 40 different moving parts that the vendor has to worry about. For you, it's typically like 10 or 15 moving parts or less. So with that said, let's move on to video number 4 and talk about the disadvantages. Hello and welcome to video number 6. We're going to talk about reviewing the product. Obviously, before you can promote the product, you need to review it. And before you get up and say, well, why are we even covering this? Isn't this common sense? It is, but to an extent, it's not. Because what it's going to reveal to you are advanced strategies and things that 99% of the affiliate population just aren't doing. And because they aren't doing this, this is your advantage. Now, what we found over the years of testing many different products over the last decade and a half, literally over 500 different products that we promoted over the years, tested, reviewed, and all that, we found that the majority of affiliates out there do not test the product. They just go ahead and promote the product, which is riddled with bugs. Now, that's not to say that every product is going to have bugs. We've tested products out and it worked really well. And then when it launched, customers would find bugs. That's the reality. But in doing so, we've noticed a pattern, and that pattern is that the majority of people don't review. And not only is that unethical, it'll actually hurt your reputation. And if this is a long-term business and you've built an email list of subscribers, you want to make sure that you're honest and direct with them, right? So by testing the product, it is actually an advantage to you, because by knowing the ins and outs of it, it'll actually help you not only in the area of gaining trust from your future fans, and more importantly, getting them to buy, but it's also going to help you create an incentivized bonus. So if you take a look at a product and you find that, let's say that it is weak in a certain area, then you can fill that area where it's weak and turn that into a bonus. Does that make sense? So if you look at a sales page and you feel like, man, this is weak because of this area, like maybe the training is weak, then you could fill that gap. And we'll talk more about that in the incentivized bonus video. But that's a way of creating a bonus. And that's why if you review the product, you will know that. If you don't review the product, you'll never know that. You'll just use a bonus and slap things together that may not really make sense. And then when somebody buys through your affiliate link, they're going to say, why is this even here? And they're not going to buy from you in the future. But if you put together a good bonus that fills in a gap and a weakness that's very obvious, and they buy it, have a good experience, and they realize that you have filled that gap, they're more inclined to actually buy from you, if that makes sense. So, because the fact is that other affiliates aren't reviewing it, and that's 90% of the affiliate population, if you do that, you will actually stand out. Now, sometimes you can get the product for free and review it, but that's not really going to happen unless you have a prior relationship with the vendor, or typically you've made them a lot of sales in the past. If that happens, great. If that doesn't happen, that's fine too, because you can buy it, show people that you've bought it, and see it as an investment. So invest in it, review it, and if you really love it and like the ins and outs of it, the features and all that, you're more likely to create a review that sparkles. And it's because it becomes something that you're passionate about, right? So like I said, purchase the product first, or ask the vendor to give it to you or whatever, test it out, and try to pinpoint areas of weaknesses and strengths, and then jot it down on a piece of paper. So write it down. All the products have weaknesses. I don't care what product it is. Every single product has a weakness. So as long as the strengths outweighs the weaknesses and the product works, of course, you can make sure that you list these out so that you can discuss them in your review videos and your review pages. Now, this will actually help you when it comes time to create your incentivized bonus, which we'll discuss in the next video. And that is going to be an advanced strategy. So up until this point, we've covered all the basics, and we'll talk about some more advanced strategies in video number 7 and in video number 8. Hello and congratulations on getting access to this video course on Affiliate Marketing 101. Now, while we will be talking about the basics, we'll also talk about some advanced strategies at the end of the video course. But before you can get there, you need to understand the basic fundamentals of affiliate marketing, what's true, what's not, what's reality, and what's hyped up. And sometimes hype can be reality, but it's just multiplied by 10 times. So my goal in the beginning here is to kind of bring you back to reality. And that's why we're going to talk about mindset first. So in the making of this video course, I want to make sure that you have the most realistic view of affiliate marketing without all the hype, so that we can ensure that you are in the right mindset before we get started. And I'm a big believer of talking about mindset before we jump into the actual concepts and the fundamentals and all that, so that makes you absorb data in a more effective way. Now, the reality is that with affiliate marketing, there's a lot of hustle. And what I mean by that is that you're going to have to do a lot of work. You're not going to do as much work compared to that of a vendor, but there's still a lot of work involved. And as long as you know that this is a real business, this is not a side thing, this is a real business, and that you understand also that you don't want to focus or get too attached to one specific product that you're promoting as an affiliate, and you're flexible, I think that's a better word, then that will help you succeed more. So as long as you understand that, you kind of need to have the mindset of, okay, let's just go with the flow. Let's just see what happens. It works, it works. It doesn't. We learn from it. We move forward. All right. So not every product that you test is going to work. Sometimes you'll have to test 5 products and it's not going to work. But then you'll find that one product that converts like crazy, and it'll typically make up for all the products that did not work. And I want you to understand that there's a lot of opportunity out there and a lot of money to be made in this industry, regardless of what niche it is. But at the same time, even though there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of money to be made, there's a lot of time to be lost as well. So now what I want to do is give you a quick overview of what's inside this video course so you know exactly what to expect, and that way you're going to be able to implement everything faster and you're going to be able to see all the pieces of the puzzle. So obviously this is video number 1, which is the introduction to the affiliate lifestyle. Video number 2 is going to be about what affiliate marketing really looks like. So we're going to bring you back to reality. And video number 3, we're going to talk about the advantages. Video number 4, the disadvantages. Video number 5, types of affiliate marketing, different payment structures and all that. And video number 6, we'll talk about reviewing the product. Now, while this seems basic, 90% of affiliates that we've watched actually don't do this. And by not doing this and skipping this process, you actually lose out on your conversion rate, and we'll show you why. And video number 7, we'll talk about incentivized bonuses, which is an advanced strategy. And video number 8, we'll talk about how to go from affiliates to private deals, which allows you to make more money. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2 and talk about what affiliate marketing really looks like. Hello and welcome to video number 4, and we're going to talk about the disadvantages of affiliate marketing. So as you already know, affiliate marketing is based upon promoting other people's products, right? So that in itself says that you have no control over the vendor or the product itself. So in certain respects, your business is in the hands of the vendor as far as promoting the products. But now that you understand that, you need to do things like building your email list, which is very basic. But if you do that, it doesn't matter if somebody takes it down. You can always switch it to a different vendor, a different product, or a similar product in that niche. And that's the beauty of affiliate marketing, as long as you're building a list. Back in the day, like decades ago, I remember when we would promote a product, we would send traffic directly to the vendor's product, and then we'll make sales. But then we found out, typically weeks later, that we were sending traffic to an offer that didn't exist, or the vendor just decided to take the product down without ever telling us. And this is something that happens day in and day out. A lot of times there's a lack of communication between you and the vendor. Having an email, that in itself can be an advantage, but it can also be a scary thing at times, especially if you have a product, it's a really good product, you're making a lot of money, and the vendor just decides to quit, right? So that's why in that case, there are other things that you can do, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So having an email list can be an advantage, but if the vendor takes that down their product, that alone can be a scary thing at times. So you're kind of living on the edge. But that's why I said, if that's you and that's your perspective and that's your expectation of what's real and what's not, then it's not going to become a surprise when that happens. But I will tell you that happens a lot. So let me put this in perspective. Vendors come and go. That's the nature of how things go. In the last decade of being an affiliate marketer, I've seen hundreds of vendors come and go. And a lot of times vendors, they'll get into these ruts where they'll create totally brand new products. Like, for example, one vendor often will create 10 to 20 different products every single year. And if you think about how many vendors there are, you could find 10 really good vendors. One of those products eventually will become outdated, right? So if that's the expectation that you have, then great. You are now aware, and you're aware of something that not a lot of affiliates are aware of. So that means that affiliate marketing often has a short-term cash flow for each product. So making as much as you can during that short-term period of time is key. But at the same time, that's why I say you got to build your list. If you don't build a list, you're building an affiliate marketing business that will fail. Not if it will fail, it will fail. So in other words, if you've worked really hard to produce a winning campaign, you're either going to need to find a new vendor to replace the old if that ever happens. So you need to make sure that you have a backup plan, or you need to work out a special deal with them, assuming you've made them a lot of sales, and say, hey, I've made a lot of sales for you. I put a lot of time and effort into this. How can we make a deal? Maybe you can make a special deal just for my list. Or maybe they're going out of business and you can just buy the whole business if it's making you a lot of money. So there's a lot of different avenues that you can take. Don't quit. Just think about the possible solution that there potentially is. And if not, you have to get into that mindset of letting go if there is no option. And this is why there is so much hustle involved, and it's more of a short-term strategy than a long-term strategy. So what are lessons that you can learn before you get started? Well, when you promote a product, you want to ask yourself a few things. So ask yourself this. Number one, are there similar vendors? Are there similar products with affiliate programs? So if you find a product that you really like and you promote it and it does really, really well, at that point, and only at that point, begin to look for products that are similar, and then approach other vendors, and you could possibly promote those products to your list and say, hey, you've bought this product, or I've showed this product, but here's a similar product, check it out and see which one converts the best. But while you're doing that, you're going to have a backup plan. It's even better if there's 2, 3, 4 different products, different vendors. You can figure out which vendor is really willing to work with you and which vendor is not willing to work with you. Another thing we found over the years is that vendors that are willing to bend over backwards and work with you, oftentimes you're going to be able to make more money doing that. Vendors that weren't really open to working with us a lot of times ended up being very, very small campaigns. Yes, they made a little bit of amount of money, but not a lot. So typically you want to find at least, like I said, 3 or more really good products, so that if one vendor takes their product down or they go bankrupt, you always have that backup plan. And that's really why I'm harping on this, because we've been in situations in the past where we promoted one particular product. We've been really excited about how much profit it was pulling in, and bam, vendor takes the product down, or they disappear totally, and there's no other products. So in that case, you could see it as we lost all the time and effort that we put into it. Or you could see it as a lesson to make sure that you have a backup plan. Now, if this happens to you, you need to ask yourself a second question, which is, if there is none, is this a product that you can hire somebody else to produce and you becoming the vendor? Because if you can do that, you'll actually make a lot of more money. You already got traffic flowing to the product, and then you not only do you get a cut, you get the whole cut, because now you're the vendor. So that's more of a long-term strategy that you can take. But the question is, how willing are you to put all the effort into that? Because being a vendor does take a lot of energy and time. But at the end of the day, your long-term business is going to stretch further, and your profit margins are going to be a lot higher. So that said, it's often better to have a long-term strategy, to have a mixture of both your products and products that you promote as an affiliate. And that way you're not hustling all the time.